Cadillacs and Dinosaurs is a beat-em-up game developed and published by Capcom, released in 1993 exclusively for arcades. The game is based on the American comic Xenozoic Tales, later adapted into an animated series. Unfortunately, due to a series of mismanagement issues, the series had a short-lived existence. Featuring 4 playable characters, with 3 available for simultaneous control by players, the game boasts vibrant visuals, a solid and timeless gameplay experience, and most importantly, dinosaurs! In Morocco, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs stood out as the most popular beat-em-up game, akin to what the King of Fighters was to fighting games. Regrettably, the game never received a sequel or was ported to other systems, gradually fading into obscurity. This video delves deeper into the story and lore of this forgotten gem. What motivates Jack, the protagonist, and his friends? Why are humans coexisting with dinosaurs? And what's the deal with a bunch of Blanca's cousins in this game? Without further ado, here's the Cadillacs and Dinosaurs story explained. In the bleak and desolate world of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, the stage is set in the year 2513, where remnants of a once thriving civilization lay in ruin. Humanity struggles to survive in this dystopian landscape, now sharing their world not only with the ruins of their own making, but also with the resurrected dinosaurs. These ancient creatures, long thought extinct, have re-emerged, seemingly unaware that they were supposed to be extinct. To comprehend the resurrection of these prehistoric giants, we must journey back 400 years before the game's events unfolded. At that time, the marvels of scientific progress had reached a point where new life forms, including dinosaurs, could be recreated. However, the consequences of meddling with nature triggered what would be known as the Great Cataclysm, an apocalyptic event that claimed countless lives and plunged civilization into chaos. Despite the devastation, some resilient survivors adapted to the new reality and even learned to coexist with the resurrected dinosaurs, discovering that these supposedly ferocious creatures were actually surprisingly docile. Fast forward to the year 2513, the delicate balance between humans and dinosaurs is on the verge of collapse, putting the resilience of both species to the ultimate test. Amidst the uneasy coexistence between humans and dinosaurs, an unexpected and ominous shift occurred when the once docile creature turned aggressively hostile, launching sudden attacks on unsuspecting people. It is in this chaotic backdrop that we meet Jack Tenrek, a mechanic and shaman deeply attuned to the delicate balance of nature. Disturbed by this inexplicable change, Jack's concerns resonated with others. Hannah Dandy, a diplomat and explorer, shared Jack's apprehensions, alongside Mustafa Cairo, an engineer and Jack's closest confidant. And finally, Mes Obradovich, a mysterious figure with an elusive past. United by a common cause, the group formed a formidable quartet and embarked on an investigation to uncover the root of the dinosaurs' newfound aggression. Soon, they unearthed a sinister plot orchestrated by the Black Marketeers, a group of ruthless hunters. The shadowy organization, driven by motives shrouded in mystery, had unleashed a frenzied and brutal campaign against the dinosaurs, prompting the creatures to retaliate against all humans. Determined to put an end to the Black Marketeers' malevolent schemes, Jack and his eclectic band of allies vowed to stop the hunters and restore the fragile balance between humanity and dinosaurs. The game began with our protagonist reaching the East Coast, specifically in a ruined area called the City in the Sea, where they suspected the entire hunting network was operating. Jack and his friends found themselves ambushed and surrounded by Vice Terhun's men, a lieutenant of the Black Marketeers. He'd had enough with the quartet meddling in the gang's business, so he gathered his men and wanted to finish Jack and his friends once and for all. Weiss ordered his men to attack the group to keep them away from the business. In the midst of the fight, the four finally confronted Weiss. They found him next to a chained rockhopper, a velociraptor-like dinosaur. Weiss had the intention to skin the reptile, but upon seeing Jack and his friends, he changed his plans, starting to provoke the poor dinosaur by hitting it. The dinosaur broke free from its chains and attacked the protagonist, with Weiss and his men joining the fray. However, the quartet emerged triumphant from that ambush. After being beaten, Weiss divulged some information. He told them about the butcher of the Black Marketeers who had been hunting in the northern woods and warned them not to mess with him as he was truly unhinged. Despite the warning, Quartet remained undeterred, determined to confront the butcher. Acting on the information extracted from Weiss, our heroes were welcomed by angry and aggressive Triceratops, so they proceeded to calm them down by beating the crap out of them even more. Soon the reason for the dinosaurs' agitation became apparent as they stumbled upon numerous hunters from the Black Marketeers. A skirmish erupted in the swamp forest next to a colossal, slumbering dinosaur that was intentionally awakened by the thugs and started attacking indiscriminately. Progressing through the swamp, they discovered a grim scene of widespread dinosaur corpses. Their journey culminated in a confrontation with the butcher, who callously dismembered the deceased dinosaur with twin machetes. After he told them to go X themselves, the butcher and his henchmen launched a ferocious assault. In the aftermath of a heated and intense brawl, the butcher lay defeated, his malevolent exploits finally halted. Meanwhile, another formidable figure in the Black Marketeers, Hog, seized the opportunity to strike, realizing that Jack was preoccupied in the swamp forest. Intent on chaos, Hog set his sights on attacking Jack's garage. Continuing their mission, the heroes ventured through the perilous expanse of the Desert of Death, teeming with Black Marketeer thugs. Navigating the treacherous terrain, they relied on their trusty and titular Cadillac to traverse the hazardous landscape safely. However, the respite was short-lived, as Hawk pursued them on his cruiser motorcycle. In a high-stakes road battle, Hawk unleashed hand grenades, attempting to cripple the Cadillac, while the heroes fought back, using the car as their weapon. The Cadillac emerged victorious, demolishing Hog's motorcycle and leaving its rider defeated on the road. Despite this triumph, Jack's elation was short-lived as he realized that the gangsters had seized control of his cherished garage. The heroes faced a new challenge, one that hit close to home and demanded their immediate attention. Upon reaching Jack's garage, the Black Marketeers, anticipating the arrival of Jack and his friends, prepared for a confrontation under the command of Slice, a Mohawk sporting lieutenant of the gang. Barricading the entrance with barrels proved futile as the heroes effortlessly plowed through with their Cadillac, resolutely claiming their garage. The quartet confronted relentless waves of goons, pushing through to the heart of the garage where Slice awaited them. Armed with lethal boomerangs, Slice proved to be a formidable and evasive adversary. His agile maneuvers allowed him to elude many of the heroes' attacks while strategically launching sharp boomerangs from unexpected angles. Despite Slice's resilience, the team persevered, ultimately defeating him and regaining control of their cherished garage. However, there was no time for celebration or respite, as a message from an old villager urgently reached them, detailing the bizarre behavior of the dinosaurs and pleading for their assistance. The heroes, now facing a new enigma, set out to unravel the mysteries that awaited them. Responding urgently to the desperate villager's call, the heroes swiftly arrived at the village, only to be greeted by a ghastly sight. Black Marketeers callously cooking a baby dinosaur that had just hatched from its egg. The monsters! They should have boiled it. It's healthier. The surrounding dinosaurs exhibited erratic behavior, with many turning hostile. Employing their unique ability to soothe these ancient creatures, the quartet managed to calm them down, navigating through the area while avoiding falling rocks. Their journey took a perilous turn when they were ambushed at the mountain's base, encountering numerous thugs and witnessing the existence of Blanca. These strange green half-human half-lizard creatures were known as bludges. Upon reaching the village, they discovered it engulfed in flames, a grim scene set by the black marketeers. Pressing on, they met the old villager who sought their help, only to be silenced by a sudden hail of Uzi gunfire from a mysterious figure named Morgan. Engaging in a heated battle against Morgan's arsenal of weapons, the quartet emerged victorious. Morgan, in a surprising twist, spoke of the powers of a mysterious doctor before transforming into a dinosaur-like creature called Morg. The ensuing battle was fierce, with Morg aided by additional thugs, but the heroes prevailed. Having learned that a mysterious doctor was behind the creation of these new life forms, the quartet now faced a daunting task of unraveling the mystery surrounding the malevolent experiments. Pressing forward with determination, the heroes arrived at the mine, eager to unravel the mysteries shrouding their quest. Their path led them into a rainy jungle. The graphic designers worked hard on this stage. Should have been a waste to use this asset just once. There they encountered a relentless barrage of thugs and navigated the perilous terrain to avoid the crushing stumps of a colossal dinosaur. Amidst their journey, they reached a critical juncture where a group of gangsters guarded a mysterious metal box. Upon opening, the box released Tyrog, a parasitic creature with tentacles. Tyrog swiftly lashed onto a gangster, initiating a grotesque transformation into an acid and ember-spewing dinosaur-human hybrid. The parasitic entity clung to its host, absorbing the punishment inflicted upon the gangster's altered form. After enduring a relentless assault, Tyrog detached from the exhausted host, promptly attaching itself to another gangster, repeating the process. With each new host, Tyrog's attacks and ability changed, adding an unpredictable element to the battle. The cycle continued until the third host succumbed to defeat, leading to Tyrog's ultimate demise as the heroes emerged victorious, bringing an end to this bizarre and unsettling encounter in their quest. Armed with crucial leads and insights, Jack pieced together the puzzle, unveiling Dr. Simon Fessenden as the mastermind orchestrating the unsettling events. The team, guided by a photograph discovered during their confrontation with Tyrog, embarked on a journey to an underground location within the City in the Sea, the very place where their quest had initially begun. This time, armed with knowledge, their pursuit of Dr. Fessenden was meticulous and determined. Navigating the city's depths, they descended through an elevator continually assailed by thugs. Progressing through the underground labyrinth, they traversed a library until finally reaching a colossal computer lab. Their path was unexpectedly hindered by a pair of Slicers, grotesque hybrids born from the experimental transformation of their previous adversary, Slice. The Doctor himself materialized on the computer screen, proclaiming to be the architect of a new world and commanding the Slicers to eliminate the team. Undeterred by Fessenden's threats, the heroes faced the Slicers and emerged victorious, proceeding deep into the basement, resolute in their mission despite the ominous challenges ahead. Delving into the depths of the biolab, Jack and his friends discovered a collection of organisms preserved in massive jars, ranging from dinosaurs like Rockhopper to hybrids like Bulges and Tyrogs. Progressing further through the sewers, they arrived at a cave where the formidable forces of the Black Marketeers had gathered to thwart their advance. At the cave's end, they reached Dr. Fessenden's lab, finding the malevolent doctor eagerly awaiting their arrival. Witnessing the team, Fessenden transformed into a Morg-like creature, only to be defeated. However, this was merely a glimpse of his true power. The transforming serum he had ingested reached its zenith, and Fessenden morphed into a nightmarish three-headed creature. Boasting about acquiring the strength of a dinosaur and the intellect of a doctor, declared his intention to seize control of the world. The ensuing battle against the monstrous aberration was grueling, with the pink creature unleashing aggressive and deadly attacks. Nevertheless, the group managed to overcome their ultimate adversary. Unfortunately, the Doctor's demise triggered a catastrophic chain reaction, setting the entire laboratory on explosive destruction. Of course it did. It's a Capcom game. As the heroes sprinted for their lives, Hannah stumbled and Jack heroically halted to assist her. In the end, only Mustafa and Mess managed to escape the laboratory destruction. As they walked back home, contemplating the fate of Jack and Hannah, the latter two miraculously emerged in a car, alive. Jack, reflecting on Fessenden's madness and his attempt to tamper with nature, emphasized the innate balance of the natural order. The heroes reunited headed home, Mustafa and Mess on foot, while Jack on the car with Hannah. X you, Jack! And there you have it, the captivating and forgotten tale of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, a unique gem in gaming history. Despite being the sole game in this IP without a sequel and confined solely to arcades, it stands as a testament to a bygone era. The game's absence on other systems might be attributed to the intricacies of intellectual property, leaving it tragically overlooked and destined for obscurity. Capcom could have catapulted it onto every gaming platform known to humanity. Nevertheless, this overlooked masterpiece remains an absolute joy to play. In its heyday, it reigned supreme as the most popular beat-em-up in my neighborhood's arcades, surpassing even iconic titles like Final Fight and Streets of Rage. I mean, who could resist a game that combines beat-em-up action with dinosaurs? Yet, as time marches on, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs has become a nostalgic relic, a fondly remembered artifact of a glorious gaming era. Like the dinosaurs it showcased, it resides in the annals of memory, occasionally surfacing in discussions among gamers who fondly recall the thrill of its unique and unforgettable experience. Special thanks to my patrons for their support. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and why not consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.